Hello, this is Jack from Fluency.com, and this is Ask Jack, the free series where I answer your questions about learning English and the English language. We have a great question today from Milan from the Czech Republic. Here it is. Milan from the Czech Republic asks, how can we use discourse markers like so, well, and okay? Words like so, well, and okay are examples of discourse markers. So what I'm going to do is introduce what this means, give you some examples, and then talk about how you can use them. Firstly, discourse markers are used very commonly in everyday English, both in written and spoken English. And the ones that you use when writing might be different to the ones that you use when speaking. But what they do is they help us control communication. They help us change topics. They help us think about things. And they also help us join things together. Three common ones in spoken English are so, okay, and well. I use so all the time in my videos. We also have things like by the way, however, oh, and also two very common ones, you know and like. Now, except for however, these are all used in spoken English. However is used in both spoken and written English. So let's have a look at some examples now. The first example is, so let's look at some examples now. And this is something I say in all my videos. And I'm using so to change the topic, to introduce something new, to change direction. But we can also use so when we are giving a summary. So remember that we need to do this. Another example, well, I think it was in about 1905. We're using well here to help us think and to give us time to get the correct sentence out there. We can also use well when we have a conflicting view or we're putting a different argument across. Well, I'm not so sure about that. So this is a way to introduce an opposing argument or something that contradicts what someone said and sounding more polite. So I've given you a few examples here, so and well, but there are so many ways and so many different types of discourse markers. That has given you an introduction to discourse markers. Now there are many others, and I encourage you to research other ways that you can use these discourse markers. But when it comes to using them in natural conversation, my advice is to do it when it feels right to you. This is the same advice I gave when talking about using relaxed pronunciation, using gonna instead of going to. So use discourse markers in the same way, when it feels right to you. Don't try to force it to sound like an advanced speaker. Instead, just wait until it feels normal. Now, my task for this video is this. What I want you to do is to watch lots of videos this week. Listen to podcasts, anything that has audio with English, and listen to these discourse markers. So notice how people use them. Notice how often we use them during natural conversation. And then leave some examples below this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.